I don't know at which point we can all say that the bull market is back, but it is looking like the bullish trend is back. I mean, we're almost at $25,000. So not even 12 hours ago, I made this video here on the channel when we're about 22.8 over here. And since I made that video, it went to basically 25,000, 24.9 something. And we have not yet wicked above this high yet. We need 25.2 for that. I think we'll see that pretty soon. I also said in yesterday's video, if we get a weekly close above that 25.2 level, above the 50 and 200 week moving average, I think that is a very bullish signal. That potentially opens up the path for a run to 32,000 and maybe even the Fibonacci golden pocket at around $48,000, which is also this high over here. So things are starting to look very bullish. And this is something that I've been sharing now for over a month. A month ago, I made this video here, the bull market is back, with the major high time frame confirmation signals. And this is just something that we can't ignore. Nobody can say anything with 100% certainty, but when we get these signals that happen only once a year, or usually accompanied by a major shift in trend, we simply have to pay attention. And in my experience, what I've learned is you just have to follow the trends. Even though the sentiment doesn't feel like it, even though it doesn't feel like the bear market is over or the bull market is starting, there's always bad news, there's always talk about the macro and the recession and this and that. I follow the charts, and the charts don't lie. It's based on the data. Every time, if you look back on the daily or the 3-day or the weekly chart, when you get these signals, they happen once every few years, and they usually are accompanied by either a shift to a bull market or a bullish trend, or a shift to a bear market. We had the shift to bullish trends on the higher time frame, and as long as we are above those confirmation signals, I remain long. And sure, we can get pullbacks. We saw the pullback, right? So I even made a video about that over here. I've been making like short-term pullback over here, the bearish divergence. We did get that pullback over the last couple of days, but in the bullish trend, in a higher time frame trend, when we get pullbacks, they usually tend to be less deep than what people are expecting. So we had a lot of people expecting 20K CME gap fill, maybe a drop to 19K. Instead, we dropped to about 21.5. Most people did not get their entry, and we got this massive pump right back there, continuing the trend. So this is what we're seeing here. We had the bearish divergence, we had the pullback, but the pullback did not go as deep as most people would have liked. Obviously, a lot of people would be saying, like, I want to buy 20K, I want to buy 19K, because we saw how it pumped after that. And then the market does not give most people that entry, leaving them once again sidelined, leaving them potentially shorting here, thinking it's going to go lower, and just leaving them to either continue to watch this rally continue higher without them, or to be forced to FOMO back in much higher at 25K, or maybe at 30K, or maybe at 40K. Okay, so these markets are tricky, and that is what they will do to most people. And that's why I say pay attention to the higher time frame trends. Made that video a month ago when Bitcoin was about 19,000. And while it feels like 19K is high when you know it just came from 15,000, look where we are now. We're almost at 25. So if you didn't buy in at 19, now buying in at 25 is a lot more painful. And then if you wait, and let's say you're waiting for, maybe we still go back to 20K, but imagine we continue going, and then we're at 30K. And then you didn't buy it at 19, you didn't buy it at 25. Now you have the decision to make to buy in. Do you buy in at 30K because you missed all the way up? And this is how it continues in a bull market the entire way up. And most people just sit and wait for the pullback that never comes. And by the time they finally decide to FOMO in, it's going to be near towards the top of the bullish market, maybe 50K, 60K, 70K. The majority of retail investors do this. Hopefully not you, because you follow my channel and you follow what I've been saying. So that is important to understand, just the psychology behind the markets there. I don't know if it's going to continue going. Hopefully yes, but like I said, we got the higher time frame confirmation signals for the bull market. So as long as we're above 19,000, I am bullish, and I will remain bullish and buying dips as long as we remain above those key levels and above key moving averages. So far, we're back at 24.6 now. We almost hit 25. I would like to see a reclaim of the 50 and 200 week moving average. Hopefully this week with the weekly close, maybe next week. If we get that, I do think it signals even more bullish continuation. We're only in February. Remember, in 2019, this bullish pump ran from January until about June. So we still have a potential several months ahead of us where we could see more upside. And you can see the speed and the pace at which this is going. Another 3-4 months of upside could easily take us to 32K, maybe even higher than that, as long as obviously this trend continues. And like I said, I am long until proven wrong, until we get that invalidation where we get new bearish confirmation signals. Until then though, in my opinion, the trend is up and dips are for buying. Now, talking about dips for buying, talking about trading, I am running a trading competition. It is just a friendly competition, but there is a bunch of prizes up for grabs. So if you don't know about this yet or you haven't registered for this, click the link in the description down below. I'll leave it down below. It's completely free. The only requirement is basically you have to have signed up through my referral link with BYBIT, which is down below. All the instructions are down below. Once you've signed up, if you signed up previously, that's cool. You can just go to this competition link, click on register now. It is still running until the 28th of this month, as you can see. So you can register. It's based on the highest profit and loss. So based on your trading account, the minimum requirement is you just need 200 USDT in your trading account. That is it. You don't need more than that. And the highest profit and loss percentage at the end of the trading competition ends up winning. And BYBIT is also contributing prizes. So basically, the more participants we get in this, if we get 50, they're giving away $1,000. We get 100 people, then we get $3,000, and so on and so forth. Right now, there's only 16 participants in the competition. I'm personally adding $3,000 no matter how many people register. So right now, I'm giving away $2,000 to first and $1,000 to second. And this is obviously constantly changing. So if you want to participate in this, show off your trading skills, the details are down below. Register for this. It's free. It's fun to do. Let's have some friendly competition here. So far the trend does look bullish. And if you look at altcoins, a lot of them are showing a similar type of pattern. So look at, for example, FTM, Phantom. And you can see what happens is once the trend changes bullish, this is a 4-hourly chart, the 50 moving average in blue, the 200 in red. What we have is we get these big pumps up. And then obviously the market needs to correct. So it either goes sideways or gets a bit of a pullback for all the indicators to come down. But then it tends to continue the trend. And you can see over here, this is a good example. So we had Phantom. It went here from 20 cents all the way up to about just over 60 cents. So it did more than a 3x. Then we got the pullback in the last week, obviously where Bitcoin dropped. Phantom, most altcoins look similar, dropped back to the 200 average on chart, the red here, and then we get a bounce, and usually we just get that continuation in the same way that in the bear market we got the similar situation where once we drop below the averages, it tends to resume the trend all the way down. So a very simple and helpful way for your trading is to simply add these 50 and 200 moving averages onto your charts and look at those trends, especially the 4-hour, the 12-hour charts. As long as the price stays above these, any pullbacks or any corrections towards the trend themselves usually end up being good long opportunities, because the closer it gets to the trend, as long as the trend is still bullish, usually what happens is we get these bounces off the trend. So if you can long on the retest of the moving averages, basically the reversion to the mean, so after it pulled back too far above it, it pulls back to it, those are usually the best risk reward entries because we have this strong bullish trend, we have the momentum, and you're basically entering as close to invalidation as possible, because once the price drops below them, then we're looking at a potential trend reversal. But as long as it just pulls back and it bounces, it can continue doing this for days, weeks, months, where if the trend is up, it just has these big pumps, then goes sideways, touches the moving average, continues higher, pulls back to the moving average, and then continues higher. So if you don't have a position in a coin and the coin is pumping, wait for a pullback, wait for that pullback towards, or a sideways trading towards, for example, the 200 moving average on the 4-hour, the 12-hour chart. And that leaves you with a good potential long opportunity where if you're wrong, you can have a pretty tight stop, because if it continues below that average, the trend might reverse. But if it just continues going higher, you've got a really good risk reward, and it can pay off very profitably. And that's something that you can do with both spot and obviously leverage trades over there. So as this market continues to be bullish, I'm going to try and pump out as many videos as I can to help you guys here on the channel about trading, about leverage trading, about these trends, about how to play this as best as possible until obviously the bullish trend comes to an end, which it will at some point. I don't know when that's going to be. Hopefully we got a few more months of upside ahead, And if you pay attention and you play that right, there is a lot of money to be made. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Smash the like button, subscribe down below. And if you want to share this on your social media, send it to a friend or something like that. I would appreciate it. I would love this channel to grow more, to be able to reach more people. You know, growing pretty slowly compared to other channels, but you know, I'm gonna continue making videos and hopefully have your support in doing so. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.